Hello, hello, good morning, and happy Monday. We are, well, okay. So the plan was to continue working on the platform website, but I got a little bit work done on Saturday, and I got a little bit work done yesterday, and I pretty much got to the point where it's like little tiny boring things, but really, um, not really required for me to like, okay, it's ready to like to move on to like to be able to start doing the next things. So I'm going to be working on that stuff off stream. And to show you what exactly needs to be done for me to like consider it ready. Let's see. I need to make it so that when I click on links, it opens up an external window instead of the just like the same window. So adding a target blank to everything. I have Hasura that's running migrations on every push, and currently that totally breaks its connection to Twitch. I just need to debug and figure out how to pass the auth token to for Twitch to Hasura through environment variables. Currently, so it's a bearer token, and bearer tokens are a little bit interesting because they require like a space in them, which is fun. Um, oh, the new extension. Yes, we can take a look at that. I did install it, and so it is nice. Okay, so on Discord, who was it? It was Technophobia shared um, uh, a link to a Reddit post that talked about a brand new U.RS extension. So let's see if we can find it. So platform web source. Let's just open up use. Let's open up home here. Wait, is that? I keep on forgetting that's you, isn't it? Okay. So like the different like the names and difference are just like what? My brain is not very good at, like remembering that okay, you're Technophobia over here, but you're stacking over here. So you did stacking. Okay, so it looks great. Let me turn it off so we can look at the difference. Where is it? Can I turn it off in here? You highlighting. Okay. So if I disable, this is what all the HTML looks like. It just sort of looks like the rest of the code base. And then let's re-enable that. And now it looks more like an actual HTML. So it makes it look very, very different. Now, obviously, I put this inside of an if block, and everything, like, it doesn't necessarily like when it's inside of an if block. Thank you, Stacking, for merging the names. That'll be helpful for me to understand who it is that I'm talking to. Because otherwise it's just like, oh, it's just another person, right? It's not stacking. It's just another person on my Discord. But no. Knowing who you all are and giving you proper recognition is important to me. But I do enjoy it a lot. There's been a couple times now where I've been sort of a little bit just like shocked using it when I was almost like imagining that like Emmet would start showing up, or that I would get HTML auto completion because it looked like a proper HTML document. So it's to me, it's looking really great. I love this. Let's make this a little bit bigger. As you can see inside of an if block, it's not super happy with this. So it doesn't know how to do these here, but it is everything else. Like I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that it recovered uh, right after this. All right, so today, what we are doing. Um, oh yeah, so basically I just have these little things to do, but then I have this thing in ready, which is as a logged in viewer, I want to watch a course that hasn't been released yet. Well, I don't have any courses that haven't been released. I could easily just sort of make one up, and that would be fine, but it's not real. So I was thinking we could start that this is sort of like a requirement. This is blocked until I have at least one episode, one video of a course that hasn't been released, and then I can sort of add this in and make sure that it works because I want an automated test for this too, and having one would be nice. So that being said, let's um let's dive into the very next course is going to be a continuation of the full stack Rust to do course. Now, previously we did the introduction to u.rs, and now we're going to go into backend. Currently, the only backend that I have in here is Node.js Express. We're clearly going to be creating a Rust, and my plan is to do Axum. Why? Both because I had more requests for Axum than Actix Web or Rocket. I don't. I like Rocket. I really like it a lot. I'm a little bit hesitant to create a course for it right now because there's been some weirdness going on with the availability of like people contributing to it. So I'm a little bit hesitant on that side. Actix Web is really good. So like it's basically down to Axum and Actix Web in my mind. I did Axum before. Oh, sorry, I did Actix Web and I created this actually thing. So the starting soon screen, that's created in or at least the starting soon. There's a router and a backend. It's doing some backend using handlebars to compile HTML and send that up to a front end, and that's what that is. Um, so I learned Axum and I just love it. So let's dive further into it. All right, so I want to. This is the wrong wrong project it has me in. I want to be inside of here. So let's just open up a terminal in here. All right. It's been long enough. Do I have the latest? I do. Okay, git. So I learned that git checkout is no longer the right way to create a new branch. It is now git switch. Apparently they realized that checkout was overloaded and being used for multiple things, and so they created two new commands. They left checkout in there because they don't want to break everybody's workflows. But I can now do git switch -c, and then this is the new branch name. So I want to do playing with Axum. So let's see. Got you here. All right, so let's cd into backend. We're gonna take Rust. Let's see. Inside of Rust, I guess I'll create a take Axum. Now, you just have the thing in here. Okay, so instead of take Axum, let's do... let's update Rust just in case. Okay, we're good to go here. So Rust cargo new Axum. Maybe I'll call this like learning Axum. I'm probably not going to keep this branch. I'm probably going to use this for learning and experiments, and then we'll create a I'll create a solutions folder and a solutions branch, and then do everything in there, and then merge that in to the main branch later. But all right, so Axum goes in there. Okay, we're all happy. Everything is good. Obviously, I need to pull in Axum. So let's do learning Axum. Add Axum. I should also keep some notes on what I do for this. Okay, so this is going to be called, I guess, like Axum course. I like to have like an actual notebook that I write some of these things down on. So you'll see me grabbing my my pad and sort of writing notes down every once in a while as I'm doing these things. It's basically the order in which I want to do stuff, or like the technology that we're using as we sort of go through this. It might end up being pretty simple because we have all the tests and everything else set up already, which I also need to make sure they're still working and like figure out how to point them to the correct server, which is going to be fun. So, all right. By default, we get this. I think I want the Axum macros, but I might want to just have macros too. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want headers, but maybe not. I'll have to consider this. Okay. Let's see about the tests. So we have inside a full stack, I have these integration tests, backend tests. We have a Docker file for this. Okay, so API URI is just localhost. It's going to API port 3000. npm run test watch. Okay, so volume code, work directory code. So if I run this on localhost, I don't think that's... Okay, how did I do this before? I had this Docker compose file, which, oh man, this is so long ago that it's a Docker dash compose file. That's fun. We'll just use this. This will be fine. Okay, so we have database. Right, so we need database set up. Oh, right, with my mistyping, my keyboard catted keyboard cat. Okay, so Node.js Express. Now this is under profile Node.js Express. You don't have a profile, so you always set up API test. So I'm gonna want you to start up with Rust Axum. Oh, I see. I overwrite these environment variables to tell them where to go. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. All right, so JS view, I don't care about that. I want a brand new one. This is going to be Rust Axum. Go files, Rust Axum. Okay, build. I'm probably going to need to create. Okay. Okay, so under backend, here's this one. So inside of you, I need a new file, Docker file. All right, we'll do Rust latest. It should always work with Rust latest. I want to volume this in. So instead of no ads, command. Okay, so the command is, I probably want this to be watching. So it's gonna be cargo watch dash C I think I'd do this one together. Cargo watch dash C run. Let's see, entry point, environment. Okay, so environment variables. We'll probably have a port. You are expecting API port, so I can set this to whatever I want, but 3000 might. I can do 3001, so that way I can run them at the same time if somebody wanted to. Is that true? No. No. The entire point about Docker is that inside of each container, they don't care about the other ones. So you are port 3000 internally, just like the other one, but I can expose inside of here port 3000, and then I go to this port. Okay, that works. All right, so environment port 3000. Guess I don't know. Okay, so I just want to start this. Command, what else? Copy, expose. Okay, so expose port 3000. Got it from. A health check would be probably nice to set up, or we can set up like, hey, there's no health check. Table on build run. All right, so run. In order to run cargo watch, I need to run cargo. It's cargo install cargo watch, I think. Volume, I really like /code. Workdir /code. Okay. So create a volume /code. Switch the working directory /code. Install cargo watch. Expose port 3000. Even if I start this like this, okay, so install cargo watch, volume /code, work directory /code, command is that one. I'm gonna override this when creating the first ones. I'm going back and forth on the environment. I kind of like, okay, so port 1000, expose 3000. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Right, so here I am at Learning Axum. We have this source here. I want to build this Docker file. So Docker build T. I'm gonna call this Axum or Learning Axum. I don't think I need to bring anything else. Okay, then start here. That was fine. It's all cached stuff, including the install, which makes me think that it's going to work just fine. Okay, then Docker run. So let's first start with an RM, and we'll get the project going because, well, is that true? I have the basics of the project already. So run, we'll give it a name. Learning Axum. I could make this in the background, and then we can log into it to sort of see what's going on. That might be a good idea. Let's see. I don't need -IRT. I have the name. I need a -volume. So I want the current working directory /code. To expose port 3000. 3000. No, I don't even want to do this in the Docker run, do I? I want it all to happen in here. Okay, so never mind. Path. So we are in backend Rust. So backend Rust Learning Axum. Okay, that's where it's going to be. Volumes. So backend Rust Learning Axum. Go to /code. Depends on. In this case, you depend on. Oh, not volumes. Depends on. You depend on database. We've also learned that we can actually make it properly wait if we put a health check in the database. So I'm gonna do that. and I actually have that set up in the other projects. We're just gonna steal that. Let's do that right now. Okay, so we have database in compose. Here's this database. We have this health check here. All right, so this is really cool. The way this works is it says, all right, run a command shell, run PG is ready. If it fails, wait 10 seconds to try again. The timeout is 5 seconds in the case that it's taking really long for this command to run. I'm pretty sure that this is like an instantaneous return, even if it's not ready. Try again 5 times, and then wait 5 seconds before you even start the first try. So what would that be? Like 5 plus 50? So 55 seconds maximum before it would say, nope, we're not healthy. We're done. And then I want to depends on database, and I have to use this style. In here we can see GraphQL API depends on database condition service healthy. So condition service healthy. Yep. So that's perfect. That's gonna let us wait until the database is done before we spin up this one here. So perfect. Depends on, okay, so expose. We're gonna expose 3000 internally here. Ports. I want this one to probably be something like 3001 to 3000 internal. And finally, any environment variables that I want to override, which I don't think I do. The environment variables that we have inside of here, I think are going to be enough. When I did this one, oh, we do have like all of these. I bet we're probably going to need all of these stuff too. I'll add those in as I need. This should get me going so I can do at least a hello world. All right, let's see. If I do docker compose up. Nope, I'm in the wrong directory. I want profile Rust Axum up. Oh, and I probably wanted, hold on, just a -d for background. All right, so it's setting up database stuff. Okay, yeah, so it's building all the stuff, setting up database, setting up the Docker. It hasn't actually launched any of them yet. Okay, created the network, the volume, a couple different containers, but it needs the Rust course. Okay, so you're up and running. Okay, so I can do Docker compose status. Oh, it's not status. It's PS, isn't it? It's LS. Okay, so you're running. Docker compose logs Rust Axum. Ooh, found argument dash space which wasn't expected or isn't valid in this context. Okay, so it would be this file. I think I actually want to do something like that, don't I? And so begins the fun. All right, let's do Docker compose down. Oh, I have to stop it first. Okay, so that removes the network, but not really anything else, which is fine. If I do, okay, there we go. Okay, up for you, and let's see if you're happy this time. Oh, it's not going to be happy. It just used the same thing again. So never mind. Oh, and I didn't need to stop it this time. Okay. I need to make sure it rebuilds. So there is a command to do for that. So it's like rebuild or something like that. Force recreate containers. No. I need to tell it to rebuild the image. Okay. Dash build. That. Network not found. You should be creating it. All right. So let's see. Database is healthy. So it's creating that. The network created the network. Huh. If you create the network, why can't you find that? Okay, so then starting API test and Rust Axum 1. I wonder if I shouldn't start the API test yet. Let's see. Docker. Guess it was Docker compose logs. Huh. Found argument dash equals which wasn't expected or isn't valid in this context. All right, let's try Docker compose exec Rust Axum bin bash. Oh, it's not running. Nice. I guess I'll just do it myself. Docker compose stop down. Okay, so all right, going back to my original idea. Docker build. I just need to get this up and running on its own separately, and running it manually will probably be the best way to do this. So we'll learn Axum this way. Oh, but I need to go into the directory for it. So backend Rust running Axum. Then, okay, so I have that. Docker run. Okay, so I want to do IT. So dash IT. We'll have this auto remove at the very end of it. Port 3001 to 3000. Volume pwd /code. I don't think there's anything else to throw in there. Okay. So then be nice if it could figure out what this was. I think I called it learning Axum. And I want to override the command bin bash. All right. So first of all, I do see this code if I cargo run this. It has to compile. Okay, so that makes sense. Now I was trying to do this where it'd be like cargo watch -c run. I wonder, I must be doing it wrong. I'm doing it from memory, which is not always the best thing. That first time you run cargo, like any kind of crates, that's always fun inside of a Docker container. Especially when Docker is using a VM as a backend. The fun waiting time just to find out why -c doesn't work with cargo watch. Is it cargo C? Maybe it's cargo X, but I swear I think it does X and C, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is X. Okay, so that one worked. Let's go ahead and get. So I want to do cargo watch. I was imagining -C run. That wasn't right. Okay, so let's do cargo watch. Oh, C is clear the screen before each run. That's not right. It it is X. And then shells S. Okay. Okay. So cargo watch X run. There we go. That's it. Okay, so let's X out of here. Back into U. No, back into U. So watch dash X run. I could have it clear each time, so I can do -C for clear, X with run inside of it. Okay, so Docker compose -A. Okay, I want to remove both of these. Docker compose remove. Yes, go ahead and just remove everything. Docker compose profile Rust Axum up -D. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, I want to do this again, but I want to do the rebuild thing. So you're going to come up -D with build. So rebuild all the images into containers as well. Okay, all of you started. So if I do Docker compose logs Rust Axum, no such subcommand. Watch -C -X. Okay, so apparently I can't do that. Well, that's too bad. Okay, I have to stop it, then I can do it down. There we go. All right, back to you. Fine, I won't. The -C one feels nice because I could then have it clear the screen between each run. But I don't know. I'm okay with this. I'll be fine. I'll live. Okay, so Docker compose profile Rust Axum up daemon mode rebuild. Response from daemon network not found even after I created the network right there. Okay, do I need to do the Docker compose stop, Docker compose down, Docker compose remove, Docker compose start you again. Okay. So you're all running. Let's do a Docker compose logs Rust Axum. No such subcommand watch -x run. So I've always been, I think that this must be, I was trying to do cargo watch -x run. I think what I really want to do is then just something like that. Or I just do the shell version and we just do, just do that. That'll work. Okay, so if I stop you, let's go down and then Docker compose. Let's just build you up without doing a remove. Let's see if that works. There is a way with Docker to also say rebuild this one service, just like complete from scratch. And work not found. I hate that error. Okay, so Docker, like, I just say going up again, will you work? No, you don't work. So it's because I did it down, I guess. Docker goes down. Docker compose remove. Okay, so Docker compose logs running cargo run. Okay. Nothing major following. Okay, so everything seems to be happy. If I do a, well, okay, there's nothing there yet. If I do a Docker compose logs of API test. Oh yes, you're expecting to find Node.js Express, so I need to update you. So this is now going to be Rust Axum, port 3000. That should be fine. All right. Docker compose. I want to stop one specific one. So I want to stop API test. No such service, Node.js Express. Oh yeah, look at that. API test depends on that. We have to, oh man, okay, well, that would be really nice if I could say, I guess you have to now be depends on Rust Axum. That's too bad. Okay. Stop you. Oh, yeah, okay. Docker compose. Stop. I wonder if I can not do the down and do the up. I don't have to rebuild it. So Docker compose up. Profile Rust Axum up. Let's see. -d. Not rebuilding. Okay, so going to that instead of the other named one, which I think should be fine, right? Connection refused. I think that's right. I think connection refused is right as opposed to like a 404 error or something like that, because we don't have a server up and running on port 3000 there yet. So I think this is right. And if we look at Rust Axum, we have our hello world finished running. So I think we're there. So let's create our hello world. I think I can also start seeding to other things, and I think it still works because I think if I do Docker compose, it reaches back into this directory. Rust, not database, backend Rust. To do running Axum. Homeless, hello. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. We're starting to play with Axum in a more like sort of getting prepared for creating a course type of way, which is exciting. Is my website finished? It's finished enough for me working on stream on it. There's a couple little tiny things left on it, but the sort of first part is up and running. So if we take a look at that, I basically just got all the things that I want up here running. And so I now need to like fill out more courses. I need to fill out the course that's like login only. I can't really do that until I have a course for that. I go back and forth on like how I like the looks of it. I sort of, well, first of all, this is the center of the screen. This is not centered because it's centered with like between these things. Is it responsive? It should be. So let's see, unless I click on things by accident. Oh, I clicked on a new tab. But yeah, it's like, so you technically can do this on your phone. These icons, so you know, I told them to be exactly the same height because I'm using the same CSS variables for them, but for some reason YouTube decided to have a little bit of oh, because it's wider than taller, that's why. And I'm doing width. Okay. I bet that if it came here, so here's my stylist, my width. What if I said height was this? That would make them all the same. So all of these icons are all under the same variable. and I'm all setting them to be height, width. If I go in and I set the width to it, it will be better and more consistent. So that's what I'll do is I'll set them to be height. Let me go ahead and add that as a, so set icons to use CSS property height instead of width. All right, back to you. All right, so learning Axum. So I'm in here. Here we have just our source target. I want to so okay, I want to do a cargo install. Did I already install Axum? I think I did. I did. Okay, so we already have Axum in here. So let's go find what version did we get? We got 0515. Right. We also have to bring in Tokyo. So this will be a thing. Nope, not install Tokyo. Add Tokyo. And we need to install the macros. I don't remember what else I need to install for this. That might be it. Just macros. That allows me to do this. Okay, so I want source. Oh yeah, opening things up once I've added so many things to workspace. This kind of sucks. Main.rs. I want learning Axum. This one. All right. So what do you look like? You are Tokyo main. And let's see if Rust Analyzer can handle this, or if I need to open a brand new VS Code just for this project. Because it's like nested in, there's so many other projects in here, it might be a little bit upset. I don't know if I should begin anything yet. If I like, that should be yelling at me, right? Like if I do something like that, yeah, you're not working the way I want it to. Okay, let's open up a new window here. You'll be happy, a lot happier. There we go. Now I get the little run and the debug. Okay, so what are you upset about? Oh, right, async keyword is missing. Async function. You are... Okay, RT multi-thread feature is disabled, so let's add that in. All right, so okay, you're happy now. Okay, so obviously like spinning up the website is first. So we do wait, you won't let me zoom in? So we do our hello world. The next thing that I do is install token. I guess like install Axum. Haven't added any features to that. I guess like add Tokyo with features, macros, and this, what was that? RT multi-thread. Okay. So that gives me to this point now. I want to do the main part of this stuff in a library just because. So we'll have a lib.rs in here. And let's see, okay. Initialize tracing. I wonder, let's do something without this and then we'll add it in. I think this is some kind of logging for ourselves. Yeah, tracing debug. It allows us to do some interesting logging. Okay, so we're gonna have, inside of here, we're gonna have probably like a run. So pub async function run. I don't think I need to take anything in. I don't know if we're gonna return anything. I suppose returning an error would be nice, but well, let's hold off for that right now. Okay, we're gonna create a brand new router. Okay, so let app equals, this is router new. Now you get to have all these dot routes in here. So you're upset. Type annotations. Right, so if I put the routers in, then I don't need type annotations. And then we run our app with hyper. And I see an unwrap here. But okay, so we need a route. So I'm gonna create a routes folder. And let's do a hello world. Okay, so we have a route here. wonder. I wonder what if I want to do something similar to what people do in Express a lot, which is define the router in another file. So in that case, inside of this mod, we'd have we would return the router. So let's just sort of like see how that would work. If I do a pub, are you async? You kind of, maybe? I don't see an await on here. So, okay, so pub function, create router. You don't take anything in, and you're going to return a router. Okay, so here we're going to turn a router new, and then we add you. Okay, so we do dot route path. So let's do hello world. Okay, and service is going to be a now function for this. So in hello world, we're going to have a pub async function. Hello world. You don't take anything in. You return. I want to return a. Well, this could be a static stir, just like what we have there. So, hello world. Okay, back to you. So this is interesting. So, pub hello world. I want hello world like that. The trait bound future texture is not satisfied. Okay, so hold on. Yes, this is an async function root. So get to root like that. Okay, so that's exactly what we have here. Oh, what are you returning? That's correct here. Do I have, is this just a trait that I'm missing? No. Okay, so maybe before I do this, let's... Oh, come on, mouse. Work with me. All right. If I do this with a dot route, the path just to slash, let's say, and we do routes, hello world. Okay, you're so upset. If I put this hello world down here, okay, good. So you're still upset. So it's not like the module system that I'm doing something wrong with, like typings or something. Okay, so I'm clearly doing something wrong here. So route. Oh, it's get. It's this get thing. I'm not doing that correctly. Okay, got it. So I missed that. We just did an Axum server too. Okay, so we use get, that, and then this is going to be hello world hello world like that. Oh, without running it. So it's just passing that in. I want to return you. One, two, okay, one more closed. There we go. Okay, so close you. App equals routes create router. That gives me that. Okay. Next up. Let address equals socket address from, and then we tell it localhost, the port we want to be on. Now, we did state what the port is, so we can grab that from environment variables. So we can have the port in here, which is going to be a something like a the U32. Let address okay, so this is now socket address, socket adder. You're using that from standard.net. Okay, so socket adder from. Okay, you take in a tuple that has, okay, so an array, use that. And then the other thing is the port. So this would be the port here. Okay. How do I get a space in there? Oh, you're a string, aren't you? No, you're not a string. You're not a string. You're an array. Commas, not periods. Okay, so we've got you straight bound. Okay, so from an array integer. Oh, integer. Okay, that should be fine. U32 is not satisfied. Oh, okay, so integer U16. That makes you happy. We could do tracing debug for listening on this port. So that's how we can do console logs. And then we can do this Axum server bind. Okay. So Axum server bind address, but you're a reference. Then we do a .serve, a make service. Oh, app into make. Oh, cool. Okay, so this is our app into make service. Then we await. Mismatch types. Okay, and this is a result and it's an error. So let's pull in an error handler. I don't have too much time, Epic, but I can try. Also, hello. What are you trying to figure out? And if I run out of time here, I might be able to asynchronously help you and look into some stuff. and we can coordinate on Discord too. So that's our other alternative. If a service or a daemon wants to store a bunch of data on a Unix-like platform, we can traditionally stick it under var service name. Where would one put data for a service in Windows? Oh, I cannot help you there. I am not. So I was never a systems administrator that really worked with Windows. We had two of them when I was a sysadmin, and I avoided them like the plague. So I don't I don't actually know where to go for that. Program data is specifically for shared data according to Microsoft. I mean, so when we did the game dev stuff, GGEZ had I basically said like, okay, save this data out, and it saved it to my home directory. Let me see if I can pull that up, because like that might be the place to put it. Although it is game data, so it may be unrelevant to what you want. But let's see what we can find out. Oh, this keyboard. So that was okay. Hard drive, users, my user. Was it app data? What was the name of my game? The service doesn't have a home directory. Oh, because, okay, so this was me running the service. I guess you could put it under default. User's default, maybe? So the problem that I'm very hesitant to give you like a, hey, try this, because I am most likely going to be wrong. So no, I hadn't, because I don't do much programming, especially that kind of programming on Windows. Like all the stuff I've done is pretty much all in like the game dev stuff or web dev stuff. Okay, so taking a look at things. Main. Is that what I think it is? Are you looking at? Okay, yes, you're okay. So we're seeing this now. So if I go into here and then app data, roaming for some reason, I don't know why. And then like, for example, here's just all of the things that are doing it. And my game is in here somewhere that I created, which I forget what I named it. So I don't, it might be under this. Oh yeah. Runner. Random chooser drop. Nope. Registry asteroids, maybe. So GGEZ was creating these folders for me, but I wasn't using them. I think only one of them I was using. That was the drop game where it was like the get the streamer, which I forget exactly where it is. It's like, oh, here it is. Get the streamer game. And so here's the list of high scores. Here's what I have in there. So roaming is that you can get the same data if you log in on another system. Oh, which I guess I have been, but I've never logged into another system. So that's interesting. Um, but all right. So um, this is where I've been storing stuff, but they're apps that I'm running. Like you're running a service that doesn't have a user, then I don't know where to go. I would probably suggest reaching out to like an actual Windows like developer. Um, but you know, there's a few of them on stream, aren't there? There's like a Microsoft channel, and there's a bunch of Microsoft evangelists that are here somewhere. That might be those might be good ones to reach out to. Does Primogen works at um, Windows, right? Microsoft. There's a few others, but I don't remember their names. I would reach out to them. All right. No problem for the diversion thing. Like that's sort of like one of the things that I'm happy to do is just constantly answer questions. Whenever I'm like in a hey, we're focused on a thing, it's usually when I'm recording a video, which there won't be any music on. Ryan Levick. Yes, I remember reading that Ryan Levick on his Twitch channel. So they might be able to help you a lot better than I can, or at least put you in contact with the people who do know. Okay, so I added error. I wanted to add in that I'm putting in error handling library. So error. Okay, so let's get this like at least a hello world running before I end the stream. So you have here. I want to question mark you. So we're gonna turn a error result with nothing in it. Then it's just okay. I don't need Axum router because we're doing that separately. Okay, so and then semicolon u. Okay, great. Then we can go to main, and I want to run this. So, and we're gonna handle the errors properly here. So, we need to use this tracing thing that we found. So tracing subscriber format init. Okay. So tracing. Why are you? Oh, you're doing something. Okay, this is like another library that they're using. Let's just do logs. I think those work. Okay, so we're gonna run. So let's see. This is learning Axum run. You're public. Come on. Run. I need to pass in what port? So 3000. Okay. Then we dot await. And we're going to match on this. Really? Wait. Yeah, await result. No field match hands? Okay, so if it's okay with I don't really care. So it's gonna be console log. No. Good. Funny person here. Let's see. We're gonna do our print line. App running on port 3000, let's say. And then we're gonna have an error. error here, and we're going to do a ePrint line. And we're going to say error debug mode error. Okay, so we've handled these errors, and then of course if it's an error it probably also crashes and stops running. Whereas this, actually I think this doesn't really run. This is going to be like after it's finished, isn't it? Because it's waiting for it to be done. Okay, so if we do... Wait, are you still running in this one here? So this is Docker compose logs. Okay, so that's running supposedly. So if I open up we do a new request. I want to do a get HTTP localhost port 3000. Was it 3001? I got a 404 not found. That's a good sign. Kind of. I had wanted. Okay, so you're doing it your stuff. Oh, this one here. I wanted to get this hello world when I hit. Oh, hello world. Okay, that's why. So it is slash hello world. There we go. And now we get our hello world here. So I now have a hello world route. We could do this as a health check. And then we can add that into the Docker Compose, which might be helpful, might be good. Okay, so stuff to look forward to tomorrow is probably integrate a health check into Docker Compose, start getting the tests pointed at this and running them, and then we could just start trying to make all the tests pass. And I think that would be good. So that is stuff to look forward to tomorrow. Speaking of that, tomorrow I should be back here at around 7 a.m. Mountain Time, where we will be continuing to work on this. Epic, if you get your answer, let us know. Hopefully it's not something too silly. But with that, have a great rest of your days, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Bye.